Hello everyone and welcome back to Sonic Heroes for the GameCube, and in this one we're going to be going through Rail Canyon Bullet Station and taking on Egg Albatross as per usual.
This has gotta be Eggman's face. Just the way we like it.
Cool!
Alright, let me take point.
Actually, no. Correction, this is a pretty easy mission because this is very similar to the get to the goal ring side of things, you know, with the other teams. I mean, before we were going for stuff like getting 200 rings, destroying a certain number of enemies, finding hermit crabs, this one's get to the end. That's it, really. If anything, it's pretty similar to Find the Chow, you know, from Ocean Palace, really. So, even though he says like it's a difficult mission, it's not that bad, I guess, except there is one... What the hell? Desha! I don't know what that was about. I actually never noticed that, but, you know, like, compared to the Lost Chow or so, this one is actually a proper goal ring on its own, so it kind of links with what it used to be. Another thing that I could go on about, though, is something that relates to just this LP in general. I want you guys to let me know what you think of, you know, how the video quality has been throughout this whole LP, because this has all literally been recorded from a GameCube, like an original Nintendo GameCube. I was playing it on the television and stuff like that, and I tried to get it in the best quality possible. So, like, if you're thinking, you know, this looks like I'm recording this on an emulator, it isn't. And I've even, you know, managed to record it in 60 frames per second, so just... how does it look, you know, how does the graphics look for, like, this LP and things, especially, like, how does... You know, how do you find, like, the intros, the outros, the aesthetics, the borders, just everything, because this is by far the most ambitious freaking LP I've made when it comes to aesthetics. Jesus Christ. But I had to, because I took advantage of the team mechanics. I've never, ever done an LP of a game where teams have been thrown in, you know. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna create some graphics for each team. I don't see why not. I don't know if this is gonna be a regular thing, like, say, for instance, if I do an LP of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which will most likely happen because that's my favourite 3D Sonic game ever. If I were to ever do that, I don't know if I'd ever do, like, you know, an intro or so for the hero story, and then an intro for the dark story, and, you know, just alternative versions depending on which story I choose. I don't know if that's going to be a thing from now on, but we'll see in future. Depending on whenever I LP Sonic Adventure 2, because I've still got to practice and stuff, but it is by far my favourite 3D Sonic game ever. If you have your own favourite 3D Sonic game, just let me know in the comments, or even 2D, you know, just let me know. It'd be fun to know and stuff, but again, tell me why. Don't just say, I like it. Because otherwise, why? What do you like about it? Things otherwise I'm like, oh, cool, that's nice to do. No, I don't really have much response to that, do I, or so? Oh boy. You can use, like, the Team Blast on these sort of levels as well, but they come more in use, you know, of, like, Robot Storm and places, as we saw last time, where we got a ridiculous amount of rings. Alright, I thought I was going to say, like, a whole bunch of things then, fair enough, because I swear on each team they each had, like, their own say on that certain bit right there, but, never mind. I actually never knew those were rhinos, though, because they don't look like it. They just look like some ordinary trains going by. I always called them cannon trains, I think, when I was a kid, when I first played this and still. Speaking of which, we're coming up to the end of this LP at some point or so, because, you know, we've only got, like, a couple more episodes, and it's the end of Team Chaotix, really. I believe this is episode 4 as far as I'm aware, so we've got, like, 3 left, and then we move on to the last story. Oh boy. And then after that, I'm gonna have a fun as hell time showing you why the GameCube version is by far the most superior version compared to the PS2, because, oh my god, it's dreadful. I will say that, you know? It's not an utterly awful mess, like, you know, let's just say, it's not a port of Rayman 3D, should I say, you know, like, Rayman 3D was a port of Rayman 2, really, but still. It's nothing like that, but I'll go on about that later, because we're on this part here, which I don't like. Jesus. And I mean, I know, like, the idea is to get to the goal ring and stuff, but having segments like this is just annoying, you know, considering you've got this big ass train going around, and it can easily knock you off and make you lose your barrier and things. Well, basically what you have to do is go around and activate switches. And why is that a thing? Why is this a thing in a Sonic game? I know you had to activate switches and stuff in Mystic Mansion, but they still felt fast and things, you know, at least faster, should I say, than this or so. This is just weird design, if you ask me, on this bit here. It's almost as if they just threw this in at the last minute just to be slightly different, but they didn't really take it into consideration, if you ask me. Then again, it's only once, and it's not that bad, really. Especially if you don't have your characters leveled up, and you try to take out that train right there. Luckily, I was, you know, Charmy level 3, so I took it out in one shot, but trying to take it out normally is a pain. And then after that, luckily, it's pretty much the end of the level, because we've got like this cool mechanic right here, where, I think it is anyway, where we just like grind down and then activate switches. I really like this whole idea, you know, of just like flipping switches and stuff, and then just grinding to the very end and hitting the goal ring, just like that. That's a really cool way to end the level, really. I always like it when set pieces like ended levels or so, particularly like when you go through Final Rush in Sonic Adventure 2, and then you have stuff coming down on you, pretty much similar to like the truck chasing you in a City Escape, the first level. You know, it's just fun. It's a fun way to end a level. It makes you feel
Awesome! Totally awesome!
exactly. I was going to say excited, but Charmy corrected me for it. Thank you very much, Charmy. Oh boy, though, the next mission, oh boy, is it's something. Let me tell you. Wow, that was some brief information right there, but yeah, that's pretty much the mission in a nutshell or so. We have to destroy these 30 capsules around the level, and this one I guess it's alright. I mean, I was exaggerating earlier saying it's something, but that's what I mean. It's something different, but it's okay, I guess, or so, but I mean, it could have been something different. I mean, I much prefer, you know, Rail Canyon's Get to the Goal Ring or so, pretty much, because, I mean, that was only once or so. I mean, sure, it was Get to the Goal Ring, similar to the other teams, but literally, it was only once. The other missions in this game, I think, as far as I'm aware, are pretty much different or so, much like this one here. But 30, don't forget, 30 of these capsules or so, especially in places we have to sort of virtually explore around the place, and this is Sonic. I shouldn't really have to explore. Yeah, I know this is Team Chaotix, but this is still, you know, this still counts as a Sonic game. Make it quick. Don't make it something where I have to literally go down and then try to find something to explore. That should be saved for like an extra mission, not really a thing required in the game, you know, that's required to beat it or so, you know, to get the last story or so. Because I mean, even though Sonic Adventure 2 had it, with the Lost Chows, those were alternative missions. You didn't have to worry or so. And even though it was the same for Tails, like Get to the Goal Ring, it was still, yeah, he was in this giant mech, shooting stuff. It felt different. The same with like the treasure levels. In fact, a lot of people for some reason really hate the treasure hunting levels on Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. They're not really my favourite, I guess, but I mean, I still thought they were alright, to be honest. I actually really like the mech levels where you play as Tails and Eggman, because those are just blimmin' awesome. I absolutely love it. I'll be sure to talk more about it when I ever do an LP of Sonic Adventure 2. Oh boy, and we get given invincibility as well. I can't really remember, though, if I use a Team Blast in this area, because it would be really useful, so, considering that you just get it back in really ridiculous times or so. Oh boy.
Let's go!
I'll take the lead!
Careful not to fall! It's really dangerous here.
I like how he said that, and I was virtually on the way of falling down anyway. That's a pro tip, by the way, and I think this is one that one of my friends does as well. I think it was Sonic Joey, as far as I'm aware. I actually can't remember his proper name. God damn it, wow! What a good friend I am, eh? But, yeah, like, if you're going across, like, a tight gap with bottomless pit, turn into the flight type, because if you fall off, you can easily just fly back up and save yourself dying or so, particularly if you're a guy like me who wants to get all the A ranks with no issue. So, yeah, that's just a pro tip. Also, repetition time with Espio. Oh boy, I'm going to love this.
Level up! Got it! It shot us quite a distance.
Intensifies. Oh my god. That bit's the best, you know, when it comes to bullet stations. Really, I have strange ways of liking this game, really. Other people may view it as, oh my god, why? They could have, like, replaced the sound effects. I don't care, it's funny. At least I think so, anyway. And I'm just a crazy person in general, pretty much, so... What can I say? If I were nearly at 200 rings already, oh my god. I actually have to cut out a lot of this footage, though. Because I died an awful lot on this mission, because getting some of the capsules are somewhat a bit dangerous to begin with. Particularly this one here. So your idea is to basically float up, and they are right here on these platforms where, when you press B with Vector, he sort of jolts forward, which is kind of a bad thing. Because sometimes he can jolt forward and then randomly fall off the edge. It's like when you try to punch, you know, with Omega, he swings his arm forward, but he sort of goes forward at the same time. Knuckles did kind of, I guess, but only like a tiny bit. It wasn't really that bad, really. Big just stood in place, but I don't know, I find that strange with Vector. Every time you press the B button, he just does a massive dash forward. It's almost like the jump dash from the Sonic Advance games. Oh boy. I also say oh boy a lot. Jesus Christ, I have the strangest catchphrases of all time for some reason. And I just noticed actually that I have like a special key. Also, oh boy rings. Oh, not really a lot of them, but at least there's 243 I guess, which is somewhat good. I think in this one I actually get to the end of the act with the special key, but I might as well cut the special stage out because I've already got the Chaos Emeralds. If you guys are watching Team Chaotix or Team Rose and confused why I didn't really get any of the Chaos Emeralds, it's because I've already got them, you know? I got pretty much 5 of them with Team Sonic, and then, what's it? 2 more of them, which were the last ones with Team Dark. Yeah, no, Team Dark of all the teams, surprisingly. Wow. I did not really expect that at all, but never mind. And now, we're coming up to the last capsule, which is a pain, so I just took a hit. I just took a hit to risk it or so, because I thought, oh well. I mean, I lose one character, it's at the very end, and it just ends it, so that's fine by me. It's a shame that Charmy, though, wasn't level 3. Also, apparently I've heard that depending on who gets the highest score, that determines who says the quote at the end, apparently. So that's why Vector says it a lot.
Perfect! The work of professionals!
Much like this, see, because he has 9,600 points. I honestly thought it was whoever touches the goal ring first, you know, depending on which character you play as. But no, it's determined by the points of the characters.
That must be... What do we do now?
Secret weapons must be aboard that ship. Destroy it before it reaches
Piece of cake!
Yep, there we go. It's pretty much the same as before, really. I really would skip these out, but again, you know, because of me going for an all A rank run in like this LP, they go by really fast. That, and you know, each character I believe has their own like strategy or so, where even though, you know, it's the same, where you beat SBO or Charmy to take it out and stuff, you know, you can do different things, much like that there, you know, where I was Vector, and instead I basically used the belly flop in order to weaken it. In fact, I could have done the same here, but unfortunately I missed it. But never mind. And see, that's it, that's already down also, so now we're already down on this bit. You know, with the other teams and stuff, it wouldn't really be possible to do that because of no belly flop moves or anything like that, you know. Also, I really should have jumped and then flown, so that was a weak glitch. Yeah. Oh boy. But, because, you know, when you fly and then you stay in the air, I've noticed that they kind of stay on the enemy, which is really weird. I don't think the game design is even meant for you to stay at that bit. Jesus, that was taken out super fast. I swear, that was faster than Team Sonic, because usually I'm down the other end by that time. But oh well, I guess with Vector and stuff, it just makes it easier. Oh well.
That giant ship was so cool looking! Too bad we destroyed it!
Wow, I was just about to say that, actually, I was going to say.
Good job, boys. Guess that Eggman was a fake after all.
Of course it was.
Oh?
Listen carefully. There's a jungle just to the north of here. Go there immediately.
Got it.
You know what? Our client sure seems to know a lot about this Dr. Eggman guy.
Definitely an agent. A relative, perhaps.
Strangely enough, I had the same weird feeling about our client's real identity. It could be you-know-who.